Hello, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome back to my class, General English for Business. So this is the fourth session, and in this session, we're going to talk about Grammar for Business Part 2. Okay, so last week, I have uploaded a video also about grammar for business. It was part 1. So as I just want to remind you that there are 8 rules in grammar for business. And in the first part, we have discussed the first 4 rules. And today, we're going to discuss grammar for business part 2. They are rules 5 to 8. Okay. So the fifth rule is present perfect versus past simple. Sometimes we are confused how to use them. Okay. You can see here that the present perfect is used for actions that happened in the recent past or for past actions that have an impact on the present. Okay, let's see the example. And don't forget to use have or has plus verb 3. Okay, look at the example here. As this is English for business, so we're going to make examples also about business. Okay, let's see. Our competitors have lowered their price, so we'll have to do the same. Okay, you can see the bold words here, have lowered. So it means they have done it. Okay, they have done these things. They lowered the price, and we'll have to do the same. It means the price is still low till now. Okay, the effect is still going on till now. All right. While the past is used for actions that no longer have a connection with the present. It's completely done. Okay. There is no connection anymore. That's our past. All right. And the pattern is subject plus verb 2. Okay, so we can see also the difference. Sorry, the difference in the pattern. Let's see the example here. The statement was released. Okay, this is in the passive. Okay, but still past tense. The statement was released, and then we got several questions from shareholders. Okay, the statement has was released a long time ago. Okay, not long time ago, maybe yesterday, maybe a few days ago, maybe last week. Okay, but the what is it? The clear thing here is that it has no connection with a situation at present. All right, it has no effect anymore to recent situation. All right, and the sixth rule: perfect is actions before other actions. All right. By the time I handed in my resignation, okay, this is I handed in my resignation. It means it happened in the past. Look at this. This is past perfect. I had already been contacted by 2 different headhunters. I had already been contacted. So before I handed in my resignation in the past, okay, it has been done. It has happened, okay, in the past. But before that, I had done something else. Okay, I had already been contacted by 2 different headhunters. Okay. Now the second one, perfect in present. I have never seen such an impressive resume. Okay. We read this as resume, not resume. Okay, resume. Okay, I have never seen it happens at present. Okay, and then in the future, I will have finished the report by the time you give me the email address. The email address hasn't been given yet. Okay, but by the time it's given to you, you will have finished uh, the report. Okay, for example, another example in a daily life, like for example, you are still at campus now, and your mother is not cooking yet for now. But by the time you arrived at home after campus time, your mother will have finished cooking. That's the very simple example. Okay. Now let's see the next rule. It's continuous aspect. There are also three kinds of continuous forms. They are past continuous, present continuous, and future continuous. I know studying grammar is a bit confusing and sometimes it's tiring, okay, but you should know it, at least these 8 rules for business life, okay, because these are very important. Okay, in continuous, it is used when the action is seen as ongoing, ongoing, uh, on progressive. Okay, it's progressive. And then the speaker focuses on the action or the process itself. It doesn't matter who the doer is, but the most important thing to see is the process, okay, or the action. Let's see the example here. Okay, the first one is past continuous. I was interviewing the second candidate when I got your text message. Usually we use past continuous to describe two things that happen at the same time. Okay, for example, when you were talking to someone, your friend came yesterday, for example. Okay, or another example in daily life, okay, to make it easy to understand. I was sleeping when you called me, so I couldn't pick up your call, something like that. I was sleeping at the time, but when you called me. Okay. So there are two activities, there are two actions at the same time happened in the past, uh, and uh, one of the action is still going on, okay, or it was still going on because it's in the past, okay. Now it's present continuous, and it's the easiest, okay. They are going through a complex restructuring process, so I don't know if they have any job openings. They are going through a complex restructuring. Okay, maybe it sounds a bit complicated because this is business term. Okay, this sentence consists of a lot of business terms. Okay, let's see the very simple example in daily life. I am talking now. Okay, that's the very simple one. Okay, so something that is happening, that is going on at present now. Okay, and the third one is future continuous. And as we know that the unique, what is it, feature of future tense is that we use will or sometimes going to. Okay, but in future continuous, we commonly use will. Okay. In my presentation, I will be talking about new market research methods. And this presentation is not held yet. Maybe it will be done tomorrow, maybe next week, maybe next month. Okay, so this is kind of plan. Okay, and why we use will be, not will, because it will surely happen and will be done in that presentation. So it means during my presentation, I will be talking about new market research methods because it happened in the future. So we use will, and because continuous will be before the ing form of the verb. And the last rule, finally, we use the only when we know exactly what we're talking about. Okay, this is in business life, okay? Because there are also some rules about the use of the. Okay, let me tell you a bit. For example, when you want to say sun, sun, matahari, you can say the sun because this is the only thing, the only one in the world. So you say the sun, okay? Okay, that's another thing. This is in business life. Use the when we know exactly what we're talking about. So it's used for things or people that are defined for the speakers. It means that the speakers know what they are talking about. They have talked about it before. Okay, so they know it. The thing or person has already been mentioned, or the speakers know exactly what they're talking about. Okay, example, let's say the example here to make it easy to understand. I received the email that you mentioned during the meeting. The email, I received the email that you mentioned during the meeting. So it means it's a specific email that they talked about in another meeting. Okay, and in the next meeting, they talk about the same email. Okay, as they have talked in the previous meeting. So look at the note here. Speaker defines the object they're talking about by making it specific. Okay, which sentence or which words that make it specific? You mentioned during the meeting. So the email that you mentioned during the meeting. Okay, let's see the difference between sentence 1 and sentence 2, the first and the second. Look at the second here. I don't like emails that don't have a subject line. And the speaker is referring to all emails in general. So he or she is not talking about certain or specific email. So she or he talks about the emails in general. Okay, so we don't use the in this case. All right. Always remember the 8 rules of grammar for business and see the magic you will get in business life. And here is the quote for today. What I mind in modern society very much is the awful lack of grammar, Ruth Randall says. All right, thank you so much for attending my class and see you next lesson. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.